One quick Google search of crypto versus stock investments will have you believing that crypto fanaticism is purely based on speculation and hype, while stocks tout being firmly rooted in real assets. Banks say that cryptocurrencies aren't backed by anything, but anyone who understands the underlying blockchain tech should see the fault in this logic. Data stored on the blockchain is the spinal column that constitutionalizes the DeFi markets. Data has already become the most valuable real asset on the planet, and I'm going to prove to you why capitalizing on data is the wisest investment you can make. Welcome to the Blockchain Bunker, deep beneath the blockchain basement. My name is Drew, here to bring you the truth. If you found this channel, please keep it under wraps and forget everything you're about to hear. In 2023, Facebook single-handedly made almost $120 billion in advertising revenue alone. That number is predicted to continue going up. This is revenue made off of users' data that is being sold to advertisers. Companies are voracious consumers of personal data. They want to know everything about you so that they can sell you their products in the most efficient and appealing way possible. Scott Shackelford, a professor at the Indiana University, focuses on cybersecurity law and policy, and this is what he's got to say. Although Meta says that they're trying to protect you, the reality is the data belongs to Facebook, and this company will enrich itself by doing with it whatever it pleases. Facebook is so profitable because our data is gold, and we're giving it away for free. Think about it. Everything that you click, everything that you post, every single website you visit, that is your data that some entity out there is collecting, storing, and filing away for later use. They use this data for purposes of classifying your identity, your interest, and your habits, all the while taking note of your device's real-world location. Many would argue they know more about you than you know about yourself at this point. Like and subscribe if you love your freedom. Smash! Lawsuits are abound on its illegal uses, data breaches, and illicit sales of data over the past decade. The Cambridge Analytica scandal lost Facebook $119 billion in market value in just a few days. This also resulted in Zuckerberg having to testify before the House. He was in hot water over the nearly 500 million Facebook users and their personal data being used to build a psychological profile for targeted political campaigns. The movement of data is driving the US economy all around the globe and is spreading as fast as the internet can wirelessly connect people and new users. US online advertising revenue in and of itself topped out at $209 billion in 2022, and it's crystal clear that data is the most significant asset of our current day and age. So the fact that blockchain tech is cementing the storage of data in a secure, fast, and scalable way is more of a real asset than anything. In our modern age, this is the most sought-after asset on the planet. Data is the currency of cyberspace, and blockchain has brought the power of data back to sovereignty while creating a real-world value for investors. If looking at targeted ad revenue doesn't have you fully convinced, look at the career statistics for data analysts. In 2023, this career field raked in $7 billion, but is expected to grow to $303 billion by 2030. That is some absolutely parabolic growth. We could add data scientists and data engineers into the stats, but just for the advent of these new high-paying job titles is very telling of the world that we live in today. Big data has become the buzzword of the century. How to manage the sheer volume, variety, and velocity of this data that is coming to servers across the world every second has become a critical question of the digital architecture. And this question relies on blockchain to keep the World Wide Web moving forward. Without such, we squander the copious potential insights that big data does supply and expose ourselves to expansive cybersecurity threats. Blockchain is the resounding innovation that answers this call. Hackers the world over are probing the weakest points of the web to glean an advantage in the surge of data. Information that is poorly handled is not just a nuisance, but can quickly spiral into a national security threat. The list of significant international cyber attacks on government entities and sensitive data centers therein are numerous. At least one occurs every 48 hours. The status quo of using cloud services within centralized data centers is corroding that security of data across all sectors of industry: business, healthcare, financial, economic, and personal. Without Web3, decentralized data ledgers, and blockchain, the fact is, no data is safe. The beauty of blockchain is it is nearly impossible to hack. The use of cryptographic algorithms to encode data across all of these decentralized networks creates a system that is ultra secure and repeatedly verified. The more AI takes off in velocity, the more blockchain tech and cryptocurrencies generated by it are going to become immutable parts of society. There is a synergy between AI and blockchain that will propel data security into the future. AI benefits from blockchain's verifiable structure and makes it explainable, which is the key issue of auditing what data sets AI is trained on right now. Blockchain is complemented by AI, which quickly processes massive amounts of on-chain data, finding patterns and insights that are impactful for real life. The Department of Defense and DARPA are even calling on innovative blockchain tech to create a communication system for the use of nuclear weapons. The military is experimenting with blockchain for changing single point of failure systems to make a more robust network. They're using it to track supply chains and critical infrastructure as well as weaponry parts. The implications of blockchain are changing the data landscape of every single industry it touches. If every part of the digital world is dependent on the collection and storage of this, the real-world value of blockchain is going to dominate. It is the innovation of the century that is hidden behind the curtains of the internet. Banks can fool the average person into thinking there is no real asset behind crypto, when in fact that data is the newest and most potent asset class on the planet. It is the banks that have been fooled, thinking that only real estate, stocks, debt, and traditional assets can power this monetary system. Cryptocurrencies are just now heating up, right about to hit $1.1 trillion in market cap, and the projected value of data driving it forward is growing exponentially in the background. So much for speculation and hype. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on your favorite data-driven projects. We will absolutely bring them up in future videos. I'm going to be coming out with the top 3 data storage projects to keep an eye on in 2024 as these markets explode. And thank you very much for joining me today on the Blockchain Bunker. I'm Druth, and I'll see you next week.